Welcome to the USL Super League semifinals on Peacock, presented by Tampa General Hospital. Tonight, the city of Tampa is making history. For the first time ever, a professional women's playoff game takes the stage in this very city as the number 2 seed Tampa Bay Sun welcome 3 seed Dallas Trinity to Riverfront Stadium for a highly anticipated, much-watched playoff match. Alongside Hall of Famer Christine Huber, I'm Bridget Howard, excited to be with you all. Christine, Dallas Trinity and Tampa Bay Sun, two teams that are mirror images of each other.
We always know when these two teams square off, it's going to be an electric matchup. Very similar team tactics. We will see high pressure and fast-paced transitions tonight.
Tied in wins, goals scored, and clean sheets. Can't get much more even than that. Well, the undefeated run that Tampa Bay has gone on in the month of May alone is impressive, but how about this? They're on a 16-game scoring streak with at least one goal. Their last scoreless outing was on December 8th against who other than Dallas.
They love using combo plays to get the ball down to the end line, cross it in along the 6. They create high percentage opportunities, which means more goals are scored.
Well, this Tampa Bay offense runs through not one, not two, but the trifecta of Cecilia Flew, Tosh Flint, and Sydney Nasello, who have accounted for 20 of Tampa's last 28 goals.
These three just get better and better as the season goes on. They move defenders around to create just enough space to get behind and in the gaps. They are so consistent and finish their opportunities.
Well, let's welcome in the third member of our crew, Haley Sutton, who's standing by with Tampa Bay's Sydney Nasello and head coach Denise Schulte-Brown.
Yeah, thanks so much, Bridget. Sydney, I'll start with you. You found the back of the net in that regular season finale, what feels like years ago, but it was just a couple weeks ago. How do you continue that momentum for both yourself and the rest of the scoring offense that you guys have here in Tampa?
I think we just really believe in each other. You know, it's good when you have multiple people that can score. You're not relying on one person to do all the work, and when we have that, goals can come from anywhere, and it just makes our team that much more exciting.
Awesome. Good luck tonight. Coach, for you, the message that we've heard all week long is that your team is peaking at the right time. Obviously, the peak is next week, that championship game. What do you guys need to do today to make sure you get there?
You know, you just want to focus on one game at a time. So it's awesome to be in our home stadium. This was such a blessing to have won that game, to get to host here. You know, let's enjoy the fans and, you know, just honestly focus on the game plan. That's what they've been doing. They believe in the process. They believe in one another. They're a really close group, so they just have to let their work speak for themselves.
Awesome. Denise, good luck tonight.
Thank you. Go Sun.
Go Sun. Bridget, back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Haley. Well, when you look at Dallas's offense, they spread the wealth. 10 different players have scored 2+ goals this season, the most of any team in the league.
They have multiple weapons, and it makes them so tough to stop. They can score from distance, they get behind the back line, and they score in the run of play. They play very aggressively without the ball, which enables Dallas to score quickly on transition.
Well, leading the charge is Golden Boot winner Allie Thornton, who has 13 goals to her name this season. Certainly a player to watch in this big-time matchup tonight.
She's the leader of this team, peaking at just the right time. She figures out the weaknesses of the defense and goes right at them. She takes chances, she finishes those chances, and that leads her to all the goals this season.
It's a night of firsts, a night of legacy, and certainly a night this city won't forget. The postseason starts here in Tampa Bay. We're counting down to the first ever USL Super League playoff match at Riverfront Stadium. We'll be back for lineups and first kick right after this. You're watching the USL Super League on Peacock.
As one of the nation's best hospitals and academic health systems, Tampa General is one of the nation's best for cancer care, heart and vascular care, and gastroenterology and GI surgery. Plus, we're top 10% in the nation for neurology and neurosurgery, and top 2% in the nation for orthopedic surgery. Tampa General. Other hospitals practice medicine. We define it.
Glenn couldn't have done it without me, and I couldn't have done it without him. He had his strengths, and I had my strengths, and that's how we succeeded.
There's a lot of care and time that goes into it, and a lot of work.
We were people lovers, and people seemed to like us too, so I think that was all part of our success.
It's definitely a work culture that we inherited that GB and Evelyn put into place, and it's our job just to make it better and keep it going and make it more successful.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way.
Focus!
Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power.
Whatever it takes.
Trusted for over 100 years. Tiger Balm's proven herbal blend tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger so that you can rise above pain.
Let's make a Karate Kid.
And get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
We're back at Riverfront Stadium for the first ever USL Super League playoff match. The inaugural season of the Tampa Bay Sun is presented by Tampa General Hospital. Together, TGH and USF Health form the region's only academic health system, integrating clinical care, teaching, and research to deliver the best possible outcomes. Well, let's get into the lineups. First up, the home side, one change, and it's a big one. Ashley Orkis in net for the Sun.
Sydney Snyder still recovering from an injury from the DC game, so that puts Orkis in and starter today. Jamona in the midfield. We are going to be seeing her feed the big trifecta for Tampa Bay.
Well, as for Dallas, Pauline McDonald isn't changing much, but it is worth noting that they'll be without Celie Strawn, who's on international duty with the US U20 national team, and she's been a big part of this offense.
And that's going to move Hinson up top there, so it'll be her and Thornton, those two strikers. They will dictate the defensive pressure. And in the center, those three center mids, they're going to be in a triangle with Brooks sitting behind more defensively.
Well, from being each other's first opponents of the regular season to the first opponents facing off this postseason, we know one thing's for sure, Dallas and Tampa, always a thrilling matchup. And we are underway at Riverfront Stadium. Head official tonight is Sean Tahini. Tampa Bay starts off with it. They're in the Navy kits this evening, going from right to left on your screen. Dallas Trinity in their gold uniforms, going from left to right. It's a gorgeous evening for some playoff soccer in downtown Tampa Bay. Christine Huber, Bridget Howard, Haley Sutton on the call with you tonight. You can feel the buzz, Christine. Playoff energy, there is absolutely nothing better.
No better place to do it in Tampa, Riverfront Stadium. I mean, what an amazing place to watch a soccer game here.
Brooke Hendricks tracks back to keep it in bounds. Marcelo unable to contain it. A throw in coming for Dallas Trinity on the near side. There's a look at number 5, Julia Dorsey, the UNC alum. The heat wave, the fan section for Tampa Bay out in full force. You can hear their drums. Makes for such an exciting playoff atmosphere. Madison White getting her first touches of the evening. Picked off in the midfield. Tampa looks forward. Flew up top. Flew with space. Puts it back in the midfield. That'll be cleared out of bounds.
And this is what Tampa Bay likes to do. They like to attack out that right flank. If they can hit Flew, they will. And she's going to combo play with her other teammates just to try to get behind this defensive line of Dallas.
Long ball into the box. Sydney Nasello will watch it roll out of bounds for a corner kick. The Baldwin Group is the proud presenting partner of the Tampa Bay Sun Corner Kicks. Protect what's possible. Sydney Nasello set to take this kick. Tricky lighting at Riverfront Stadium, as you can see on your screen. They opt for the short ball. Long ball played in, headed around the box. Amber Brooks with the header, Flew. Sean Tahini will blow her whistle. A restart now for Dallas Trinity.
It looks like that'll be a indirect for the high kick in the box.
It's worth noting that last time these two teams played in the month of May, Jordan Listro, number 5, the captain for this Tampa Bay team, earned herself a red card due to a high kick. This Tampa Bay team played down a player for the rest of the match, and they ended up winning that game. It was a big confidence boost for them, knowing going up against this Dallas side that they could do it even with 10 men.
It really was. I mean, they were able to hold strong for just about 70 minutes with 10 men on the field.
That ball deflects off Nasello. Another throw in for Dallas Trinity. Julia Dorsey there, making her 25th start of the season. Tamara hoping to keep that ball in bounds, number 16, but a throw in for Tampa Bay. Tampa will switch the field, and that ball turned over by Vivian Bissett.
Both teams right now playing very composed, very smart with the ball. I think today is going to be a lot of chess matches. Who's going to make the first move? Who's going to take that big risk? And will it be a reward?
Well, Marion Crowder and Anna Whitty spoke on Super League Game Week on SiriusXM. They think this game will be won in the midfield by whoever can dictate it best.
And you know what it'll really be? It's finding your numbers up situations, right? Where is your advantage? And that's going to come through the midfield. Let's see which team can recognize it first.
Dorsey sends it forward to Tamara. Tamara in the corner. Tamara plays this ball across the box. Lancaster on the end of it. Headed out by Hendricks. Cleared out by Jamona. Sierra Hinson making her 15th start on the year. Obogagu. Amber Brooks runs that midfield for Dallas Trinity, the UNC alum. So good during her days there. So much so they retired her number after graduating. She's one of those veteran leaders on this Dallas Trinity team. Pauline McDonald just so impressed with her work rate, her consistency. It's been a big factor in this Dallas team and their success this season and getting to where they are here in the playoffs.
And if you're a coach, you love to have a player like that on the field who can just be an extension of you and believe in your tactics.
Obogagu on the far side of the pitch. Sends it into the box. No one home. Page finds Listro, and they'll quickly get it out of their half. Flew holds it up.
Something to keep an eye on. Orcus is really staying on her line. She is not coming out of the goal much at all.
Flew. Picked off by Hannah Davison. Hannah Davison, one of those players for Dallas Trinity. She changes the game when she's on the pitch for this side, and she's dealt with a couple of injuries, so good to see her in the starting lineup. Tosh Flint towards goal. And trickles right into the pocket of Madison White.
Dallas really doing a good job defensively, keeping Tampa Bay at bay. No pun intended there, but keeping them away from the box, keeping them outside, and then letting Tosh Flint take those long shots, not getting anywhere close to goal.
Well, let's throw it down to the third member of our crew, Haley Sutton, for more on Dallas Trinity's Allie Thornton.
Yeah, guys, well, you talked about the scoring by Tampa Bay, but Dallas has the Golden Boot winner. As we know, Allie Thornton, number 20, led the league in scoring with 13 goals. And we had an opportunity to catch up with her this week. We asked her what she looks like when she's at her best. And she says when she is present and focused in the matchup, that's when she feels most comfortable. She writes the word present on her arm, just in a reminder in some of those slower moments to remind herself to stay present. She's got 4 of Dallas's last goals and really has been a catalyst. And by the way, something to keep our eye on for the second half, Bridget and Christine, she scored 7 of those 13 in the second half of matchups.
Certainly something to keep an eye on. Haley, thanks so much. Yeah, Allie was an absolute joy to talk to earlier this week and someone to keep an eye on. So Tampa Bay gets out of a tricky situation there just outside their box.
And Thornton, just one of those pure goal scorers. If you have it, if you have that knack, that's just what you do. You score goals, and she does right that on her arm just to be present, be in the moment, shut out these fans here, shut everybody out. Focus to what's on the pitch.
And she said, you know, she's known that that's the state of mind in which she plays at her best. She trialed with some different techniques, and it's something she's always been aware of, but writing down present on her wrist has seemed to do the trick this season. I think earning the Golden Boot award should justify
Not too shabby.
that
Not too
technique. This ball bouncing on the near side. Tampa looking to clear it. They do. Flew plays it up to Jamona. Jamona looking for her. Davison clears it out.
Tampa Bay just not really finding a lot of open space in this back line of Dallas. Flint's coming back a little bit. You know, Coach Shelty Brown has told us they ask a lot of Flint, right? She plays high in the 9, but then she also defends like a 10.
Haugen into the box. Nasello on the end of it. Nasello looking for space, turns towards goal, sends it high.
Nasello, she'll shoot from there. She likes to normally take players on one-on-one, as we've seen her do a lot this year, but she'll also take that strike from outside.
Nasello with 4 goals and 3 assists on the season. She scored in the regular season finale versus DC Power. When talking with some of her teammates early on in the season, they said she's unpredictable in the best way, and you love to have a player like that on your team.
She just has a little bit of flair about her.
Jade Moore settles that ball. Haugen. I think Jamona knew she'd be waved offside, held off, goal kick for Dallas Trinity.
And a little bit of movement up top there for Tampa Bay. Flew going a little more central and Flint going a little high with her.
Good pressure from Tampa Bay. Throw in deep in Dallas's half of the pitch. Page gets it back. The UNLV alum making her 17th start. So 13 minutes in now to the first semifinal game in USL Super League history. Number 2 seed Tampa Bay Sun and 3 seed Dallas Trinity. Carly Jamona cuts it inside, finds Flew.
Flu is so sneaky. She's able to get behind defenders. Her runs off the ball are just unbelievable.
Abogugu picks it off from Flu. Dallas looking so composed, unfazed, if you will. Looking for Allie Thornton. Throw in for Dallas. So a number of players honored on the USL Super League May Team of the Month. Denise Schulte-Brown named Coach of the Month. Flu, number 13 for Tampa Bay, the Player of the Month. As we talked about earlier, Allie Thornton was named the Golden Boot Award winner this season, 13 goals. Thornton and Chioma Abogugu were named to that May Team of the Month as well. So some big players in this big time playoff match. Ashley Orkis getting her first moments, and you talked about it, Sydney Schneider started in the regular season finale against DC, went down with an injury to her finger, we were told by the coaching staff, and we thought maybe she'd be back, that she'd be okay in this one, but they go with Ashley Orkis, and they've got a stacked roster of goalkeepers on this Tampa Bay team, so no matter who's in, this team's got the confidence in their keeper.
They really do. I mean, Orkis was the one starting the beginning of the season and really helped Tampa Bay in that fall season get through. And, you know, Tampa Bay in the beginning, don't forget, they're missing a lot of international players as well. Orkis stepped up, I mean, had Save of the Month, you know. She was unbelievable in the beginning part of that season. So to have two keepers, and actually they have four keepers just going at it in training every day, just makes everyone better.
Abogugu in the corner. Working to weave around the defenders, she earns a corner kick. Chioma Abogugu, 5 goals, 6 assists on the year. She's a seasoned player. She's played all over the world and has made great strides this season with Dallas Trinity. Number 19, Jenna Walker taking this corner kick. You can never miss her with that green headband. Walker, high floater. Cleared out by Jade Moore, but Dorsey looks to reset. Dorsey to the backside, headed towards goal, and Ashley Orkis misplays it. Dallas Trinity up thanks to Hannah Davison. It's 1-0.
I think Dallas Trinity recognizing that Orkis is staying back on the line. Notice how they go for the cross and the bent ball in instead of the direct shot there. That's definitely an early recognition by Dallas, and it pays off.
So you can see here, Dorsey resets, sends it to the backside, and it looked like it would have been an easy come up for Ashley Orkis, but Davison does her job and just puts it on goal.
Orkis just did not read the bounce off her head. What a way to start this game for Dallas.
So it's worth mentioning that in the first game ever between these two sides, back in opening weekend of the USL Super League, it was Hannah Davison who scored the first ever goal for Dallas Trinity off a header, and we just saw it once again here this evening in the first ever playoff match.
And sometimes you just have that confidence knowing that, all right, I broke them down already by scoring, I can score again. I mean, credit her on the header. I mean, that was a great redirect in. It was a great service in. Should have been an easy save for Orkis. It just took a awkward bounce that she was just unable to read.
We talked about it in the open. These two teams are about as even can get. They're tied in wins, goals, and clean sheets. But something worth mentioning, 33 of the 43 points from Dallas Trinity have come when they've scored first this season. So a big one to note, Dallas historically gets the job done when they score first, but we've got loads of time to go here at Riverfront Stadium.
It's a big stat line. And obviously different, right? Last month what happened, Tampa Bay scored in those first few minutes, put Dallas back on their heels. It's a different game plan at that point, 0-0 versus being down 0-1.
Tamara picks it up. She finds some green space, sends it towards goal, but rolls wide.
Now we can start to see Dallas take more risks, right? They're going to go up. Now that they have that 1-goal comfortable lead, they are going to push and keep putting the pressure on Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay building off this goal kick. So again, you can see there on that graphic, Dallas Trinity, when they score first, it's been big for them this season. Dallas Trinity now up 1-0 thanks to the header from Hannah Davison. Jade Moore looking for an outlet. She finds it in Tosh. Long ball played over the top to Abogu. Allie Thornton was hoping for a runner coming behind her.
I like that idea of a dummy there, just nobody home.
Hendricks too heavy on that intervention. Lancaster hits the ground, a restart for Dallas Trinity. So a big restart here, a big opportunity for Dallas Trinity, and who do they turn to? No surprise, Amber Brooks, number 22. Giving us the fake. Now here's the real ball into the box. Gracie Bryan looked like she could have maybe been on the end of it, but trickles through everyone. Goal kick for Tampa Bay. Well, Crystal Geyser Natural Alpine Spring Water, the official water partner of the USL. Visit crystalgeyserplease.com today to find Crystal Geyser products near you. So Christine, 22 minutes in now to this match. What are you seeing so far from both of these sides?
Tampa Bay has to push up a little further. We see Flint coming back more into the 10 role. She normally does that defensively, but we need to see her get up and forward more when they have the ball.
Tosh finds Flew.
And this is a perfect example, right? How long is it taking those Tampa Bay players to come up and join Flew when she gets the ball? It's got to be quicker. It's got to be a faster transition.
It's making it pretty predictable for this Dallas defense. They know who it's going to, and they're not doing it quick enough, to your point. So a handball from Vivian Bissett, number 4 on the far side. Bissett spent her college days at USF under head coach Denise Schulte-Brown. And our conversations with the coaching staff for Tampa Bay this week. It was interesting hearing just the number of players that came over with this coaching staff to start up Tampa Bay. It really helped give them a solid foundation. A number of players, Cindy Nasello, Vivian Bissett, Jordan Listro, Andrea Hochstadter, a number of those USF alums that played under Denise Schulte-Brown.
And it's just amazing what Denise Schulte-Brown has done at the college level and now at the professional level. I mean, she's able to find and scout the talent. She creates that winning culture, which she loves to have with her teams. She tactically knows the game, right? She brings that tactical knowledge off to her players. And then the big thing is just scouting your opponents and recognizing what's going to work on game day.
So a foul from Tosh Flint. Let's get a look at what happened there.
Yeah, bad tackle from behind there. And again, Flint is so far back defensively. Normally she's a bit higher. And I think that's part of the issue of Tampa Bay getting up and getting forward. All their players are set back.
So again, another free kick coming for Dallas Trinity. This time it's Chioma Ubugagu towards goal. Hannah Davison was there, but again, Ashley Orcus, a bit uncharacteristic for her. She's normally one of those keepers that is electric to watch in games and is fearless, you could say, and she's being very reserved this evening, not even coming off her line on that one. Long ball over the top, looking for Nasello. White clears it.
But Dallas has definitely recognized that Orcus is staying home a little bit, staying on the line. That's why they're serving all those balls in instead of having direct shots on goal.
So Paige with the throw in on the near sideline. Brooke Hendricks will give it to Orcus. She'll give it right back. Jordan Listro, one of those USF alums under Denise Schulte-Brown, plays it forward. Sent out of bounds. Flew. Turns, it gets away from her defender, slots Nasello in the corner. Nasello taking on her defender. Corner kick now for Tampa Bay. The Baldwin Group is the proud presenting partner of the Tampa Bay Sun. Corner kicks protect what's possible.
It's always dangerous when Nasello has that ball at her feet. She loves to take players on one-on-one.
She's such a crafty player on the ball, and her speed does wonders for her. Jade Moore. Ball sent to the far side of the box, headed by Jamona, right to Madison White.
Might be her easiest save of the day.
Tune in tomorrow, Sunday, June 8th, as Carolina Ascent takes on Fort Lauderdale United at 7 p.m. Eastern to see who secures the last spot in the inaugural USL Super League Final, all on Peacock.
That's going to be an exciting one tomorrow night.
I don't think you could have lined up these matchups any better for the inaugural Super League playoffs.
If you look at the way the final standings came about, I think that's indicative of what each team ended up for a full season. obviously spoke in, looking on the outside, but they struggled in the beginning and just really started coming on of late. So I think these are the best 4 teams, and all 4 made the semis.
No doubt, and that's what it should be when it gets to the playoffs.
Exactly.
There were some teams that made some great runs, and credit to them, but we've got a fantastic semifinal slate. The first one underway here between Dallas Trinity and Tampa Bay Sun. We've had so many exciting firsts in this inaugural season of the Super League, and next year's only gonna get better. Tamara on the near side, 1v1 with Paige. She creates some separation. Tamara, Allie Thornton can't stay on her feet. Goal kick for Tampa Bay.
Dallas just breaking through this Tampa Bay back line. Tamara, I love this little no-look pass. Bassett there just in time to break this up, because you know if Thornton gets any sort of foot on that ball, it's in the back of the net.
Yeah, Allie Thornton, one of those players. You don't want her touching the ball
Don't
in
let
the
her touch
box,
it.
outside of the box. You just don't want her touching the ball at all if you're an opposing defense.
And it doesn't matter. It could be with her foot, her head. She's going to score.
Sierra Hinson with the throw-in. A missed touch from Tampa Bay trying to clear it out. Allie Thornton says, give it to me.
And here's this Dallas defensive pressure. It starts from their forwards. It starts from Thornton.
Tampa Bay happy to come up with it. Listro finds Tosh. With defenders closing in, gets it up to Flew. Flew taking it to the center of the pitch. Haugen plays it into the box. That's where you just wish Tampa Bay had a little bit more pace to play with. They had numbers forward, but too slow of a build to get any threatening looks on goal.
That is exactly it.
Nasello to the backside, but a good save from Madison White.
And that last play is the perfect example. It's Dallas with the high pressure. Tampa Bay breaks it, but no numbers up. They're able to get this cross/shot off here. Somewhat easy save for White.
Nasello with 4 goals to her name this season, but she leads this Tampa Bay side in chances created with 29. It's her speed, it's her skill, it's her decision making. She's a thrilling player to watch for this Tampa Bay side. So we've got a hydration break now. It's hot in Florida, if you know anything about the Sunshine State. Christine, your initial thoughts here so far?
Tampa Bay has to continue to send numbers up forward. Right now they're losing that midfield battle with the numbers. They need to send the players up and get involved in that offensive attack.
Let's bring in the third member of our crew, Haley Sutton. Haley, what do you got for us?
Yeah, guys, well, 2 things. I want to key in on something Christine's been talking about this entire first half, and that's actually the Dallas back line. They are really making it difficult for those Tampa Bay forwards we spotlighted in the open because Hannah Davis is holding that line really high. She's also tracking Sid Nasello and whoever else is on this left side of the pitch, so making it really challenging for Tampa Bay to get in on offense. As for Dallas, something we didn't get a chance to talk about, they have not been very good on the road as of late. They lost 3 straight road games coming into this matchup. One of those happening right here on this field at Riverwalk Stadium. It was a 1-0 loss just a few weeks ago. Pauline McDonald told us that the winter break actually came at a bad time for them. She said they were so in sync at the end of the fall and then took a break and kind of had to rebuild all over again. So right now they're feeling pretty good. They've got a 1-0 lead here at the hydration break and are hoping to go into halftime with that same lead, guys.
Thanks so much, Haley. Yeah, and Haley mentioned it. They felt like the winter break came at the wrong time when they were really hitting their stride. this is a long season. This is a long season, and this spring season specifically has felt like it's lasted longer than others, and they've dealt with injuries building up throughout the year, significant roster changes during that winter break, and, you know, this first quarter of the spring, she said, we did well, but struggled a bit on the road, alluding to what Haley said as well, and this is a big road game for them, and we talked about it too. They're without one of their strongest road players in Celie Strawn, who's out on international duty with the U20 women's national team. She's accounted for three of her 4 goals have come on the road for this Dallas side. So Haley talks about them being a little bit rough on the road. Well, they're without one of their top players who gets it done for them.
And right now they're doing okay without that. But now imagine if she was in here to help them out. But this is what happens, right? You have players on international breaks, injuries, whatever it is. Who is going to be that next player to step up? Who's going to fill those shoes? Who's going to get it done? Right now, Dallas is looking like the better team here in this first half.
They've capitalized on their opportunities, and that was going to be a big key piece in this one, was just being clinical in the final third. We talked with Tampa Bay assistant coach Eric Leitch, and he told us, you know, both teams are going to have opportunities. It's the nature of this football sport, right? There's going to be opportunities, but it's who can be more clinical, and Dallas so far has looked pretty good in the final third. But as I say that, Tampa Bay comes storming up the pitch. Sidnacello gets tripped up in the box. And Sean Tahini, she's pointing to the spot. Let's look back at that foul caused by Sierra Hinson, number 13.
And we talk about Nacello, right? I mean, she likes to take on players one-on-one. She's extremely fast. She likes to create space, and she attacks their front foot, and that's exactly what happens there.
So a penalty kick coming, a chance for Tampa to equalize, and they send Tosh to the spot. A big moment for Tampa Bay now. Can they make it even? Tosh Flint with 9 goals on the season, looking for her 10th here. Sean Tahini having a couple conversations with some players just outside the top of the box. Here we go, Tosh Flint. Tosh does it! We're even at Riverfront Stadium. Tosh Flint with a big-time goal on the penalty kick.
There was no doubt in my mind that Flint was going to finish this penalty. She has taken this team, putting it on her back. She will do whatever it takes for this team to win today.
So here's how we got there. Sidnacello using her speed. Sierra Hinson unable to keep up. We get a point to the spot, and Tosh Flint picks up her 10th goal of the season.
Such confidence she has. And that's what you need, right? In a stressful moment like that, she shows the heart to the fans.
Tosh, a fan favorite in Tampa. She's had some really fun celebrations with fans this year. One of those welcomed international players to South Florida.
And she was one of the international players that came on a bit late. Didn't start the preseason with everybody else. Was on Zoom calls with the team just to keep joined in.
Yeah, it was Tosh, Andrea Hochstadter, and Jade Moore. Those players that had some lengthy visa issues to start the season. They finally got cleared. They were able to step onto the pitch for Tampa. I think it was about 6 games into the season. Caused this Tampa team to adapt and adjust and figure out new roles, and they're making an impact, and they have ever since they've arrived in Tampa. So in the 36th minute, Tampa Bay ties this semifinal matchup thanks to Tosh Flint on a penalty kick. We said it at the beginning of this match. Anytime Dallas and Tampa have met, it has always been a thriller. Page. Jamona looking towards goal. Loops this one out to Flew. Flew on the ground in the box. Cleared out by Davison. Page. Nasello. She's everywhere.
Tampa Bay, they're just not finding where they are numbers up in the field. They just seem to be numbers down, no matter where they have the ball.
Jordan Listro getting dirty defensively. Nasello gets the favorable deflection. A corner kick now for Tampa Bay, presented by the Baldwin Group, the presenting partner of Tampa Bay Sun. Corner kicks protect what's possible. Tampa opts for the short corner.
They've done a few short corners tonight.
Denise Schulte-Brown always got a trick up her sleeve.
Yeah.
Another throw in for Dallas Trinity, Julia Dorsey. Sean Tahini, our head official, going to have a conversation with Jade Moore. A quick one at that. Nasello settles the ball. Slots it to Flew. Flew on the ground. And a great run. She'll be called offside, but we've seen a couple of moments like that from Tampa Bay. They've been able to get into the right positions. They get it to the touch line right where they want it. They put the ball across and no one's home.
And it seems that they are going down that right flank more than the left flank. The top of your screen is where they're hitting it up. Honestly, they're hitting up wherever Flew is, but someone needs to be there. We know she's going to cross it right across between the 6 and the penalty spot. That is the perfect spot to put it. White's in goal. It opens up the entire goal frame, and she just does not have enough wingspan to cover the whole goal.
Ashley Orcus with the long ball forward. Tosh with a great ball over the top of the defense to Jade Moore. Flew rips one and deflects off Dallas.
White will take this free kick. A handball was called on Tampa Bay. White's gonna send everybody up and over. Let her send it over Tampa Bay's back line here.
Tosh taking it to the corner. Amber Brooks not too happy about that one. That just
Brooks,
is a pure frustration foul.
Well, frustration foul, but I think Brooks sold it pretty well. I know Flint is strong, right? But Brooks, you sold that a bit. But it gets the job done.
free kick. Madison White will take it herself. Just outside the box. Tampa Bay gets the initial header. So winning these first and second balls has proved to be quite important in that midfield. Allie Thornton waved for the foul as Listro hit the ground. Restart for Tampa Bay. Flew, collects. Looks to Nasello. Nasello cuts it in, cuts it back to Listro. And again, great defensive work from Dallas Trinity. They don't have to do much. There's not many Tampa players crashing the box.
Nobody home. And at some point, if you're Tampa Bay, you have to start picking players out. It's a dangerous cross in, but if nobody's going to be there, if nobody's home, you've got to pick a player out.
These two teams in their regular season series have an even record against each other, 1 win and 2 draws apiece. They opened the inaugural season against one another with a draw, 1-1 at Riverfront Stadium. It was Hannah Davison and Brooke Hendricks, both with header goals. Dallas got the first win in the series on December 8th. And that was the last time Tampa Bay was held scoreless this season. So it's been a back and forth affair between these two teams all season long. They're very familiar with each other.
That's just an insane stat. The last time Tampa Bay was shut out, December 8th. That is so long ago. They just know how to score.
They've scored at least 1 goal in each of their last 16 matches. An insane stat, but it truly shows the consistency in which this team has played with this spring.
Which is why you think with the scoreline right now 1-1, there's still plenty of goals to be had in the second half.
And Tampa Bay holds the best home record in the USL Super League. It's been a fortress at Riverfront Stadium, 8 wins at home this season. And we'll get 3 minutes of extra time here in this first half. And there's a look at the heat wave. We love the fans across the USL Super League. I know USL Super League President Amanda Vandervoort has even gotten in on the action, banging the drums with the heat wave. Long ball. Madison White comes way off her line. White has been one of those really exciting keepers to watch in the Super League. A Texas Tech alum, at one point in her career there, was named Big 12 Goalkeeper of the Year. She has 60 saves to her name this season. She said she's learned a lot from players like Amber Brooks and Allie Thornton. They've given her a lot of grace as a young player, but who better to learn from than 2 of the best in this league?
We had a great chat with White, and she just said it doesn't matter who's on her back line. She trusts them all, and she has faith in them all.
Allie Thornton and Brooke Hendricks. What a matchup on the far side. Throw in from Sierra Hinson. Tosh again. Too much power on the collision. She's not happy about it.
You think that's a scout for Dallas Trinity? They know. Anytime Flint's going to be one-on-one guarding the ball, she is going to put immediate and strong pressure.
So with time winding down in this first half, Tosh waved for the foul, and a free kick just outside the box for Dallas Trinity. This is a big moment for them. If they could convert here, what that would do for the confidence level heading into the locker room. Abogugu. And that'll do it from the first half here at Riverfront Stadium. It's 1-1, we're even. Christine, what stood out to you in this first half? What's something you think is gonna be a point of conversation in the locker room for both sides?
It's been back and forth the entire game. Tampa Bay needs to get those numbers up, and if you're Dallas, you need to check your left side defense and figure out how to stop Tampa Bay from attacking down that right side flank.
This Dallas side has seen a lot of success this season when they've scored first. 10 wins, 1 loss, and 3 draws when they get on the scoring sheet early. And Tampa Bay, they're looking to defend their home pitch. It's been a fun one. Let's send it down to our sideline reporter, Haley Sutton, who's standing by with the goal scorer for Dallas Trinity, Hannah Davison.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Hannah, appreciate the time. You've had a busy first half dealing with the left side of this Tampa Bay attack. What have you seen, and how have you been so successful?
Yeah, I think that we've had a lot of good moments. We just got to stay composed and connect out of the back and be smart on our counterattacks.
You got one more half. The final is on the other side. What will it take for Dallas to punch their ticket to that final?
Yeah, I think just keep doing what we're doing. We're finding a lot of good spaces on the field, and just, you know, we want it a lot, so we're just going to come out and take it.
Good luck in a second.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Haley. And this Dallas team, they want it. They want to come out and take it themselves. And Hannah Davison put this team on her back in the first half, converting on a header in the early moments. Here at Riverfront Stadium, Tosh Flint evened it up on a penalty kick. We've had an exciting first half. The road ends here for one side. For the other side, a ticket to history. Stick with us. We'll be back right after this.
Success doesn't come easy. It takes grit, hustle, and relentless effort. Every step forward brings you closer to greatness. This is your moment. Elevate your game. El Jimador Spiked Bebidas.
Launches this ball and finds the winner. Oh, what a play! It's a bending effort.
Caitlin Clark, amazing at assists. Gainbridge, the ultimate assist for your savings. But ever since they teamed up, she's taken assisting to a whole new level. Caitlin Clark, graded assists. Gainbridge, graded assists for your savings.
Make this spring the season of you with a bedroom refresh from Ashley. Discover our latest styles starting at $499.99 to transform your bedroom into a serene retreat you'll never want to leave. And get 0% interest for 60 months when you buy in store. Plus, renew your sleep with a new mattress. Introducing the all-new Sealy Posturepedic collection starting at $799, featuring precision fit coils arranged right where you need them for targeted support night after night. Only at Ashley.
Once again, Tampa General is named the #1 hospital in Tampa Bay and one of the nation's best. This year in cancer care, diabetes and endocrinology, ear, nose, and throat, gastroenterology and GI surgery, heart and vascular care, obstetrics and gynecology, orthopedic surgery, and urology. Tampa General. Other hospitals practice medicine. We define it.
Well, the USL Super League playoffs continue tomorrow as Carolina Ascent plays host to Fort Lauderdale United at 7 p.m. Eastern at American Legion Memorial Stadium. Christine, we talked about it. We've got the 4 best teams in the Super League in the playoffs. It's how it should be. What has you most excited for this matchup tomorrow?
Well, I tell you what, they split during the regular season, 2 wins apiece. And for Carolina, you have the Golden Playmaker, Aguilera, and second place, Golden Boot winner Corbett.
Crazy to think that Carolina Ascent never dropped below the playoff line all season long. That match should be an exciting one tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on Peacock. We talked about the Golden winners. Dallas's Allie Thornton, she won the Golden Boot. Carolina's Megan McClelland and Jill Aguilera won the Golden Glove and Golden Playmaker. And we've seen plenty of Cecilia Flew here this evening for Tampa Bay.
She has just been attacking that right flank all night long. I will be surprised if she's not get a goal tonight.
3 goals and 2 assists alone in the month of May. Well, if you haven't listened to it already, you're missing out. We want you to head on over and listen to USL Super League Game Week with the hosts Marion Crowder and Anna Whitty on SiriusXM. It's a fun one.
The Golden Awards have been handed out. We discussed the winners who took home additional hardware this season. Plus, we set you up for the first ever USL Super League playoffs.
The playoffs are going to be one to watch for sure, Anna. USL Super League President Amanda Vandervoort also joins us as we discuss some of the historical moments across the inaugural season and what she's prioritizing heading into the 2025-2026 season.
Well, we're even at 1 goal apiece here at Riverfront Stadium. It's Tampa Bay Sun and Dallas Trinity with a trip to the inaugural Super League Championship on the line. We've got more for you after this. It's been a back and forth affair in downtown Tampa Bay on this Saturday night. Dallas got on the scoreboard in the 17th minute. A familiar face to Riverfront Stadium. Hannah Davison getting another goal here in Tampa.
But Dorsey with this cross in, Dallas is recognizing that Orcus is not leaving her line. May have a little bit to do with the sun there, which is why she wasn't able to see that bounce off Davidson's head.
In the 31st minute, who other than Sydney Nasello creating chances for this Tampa team. She sends one towards goal, but Madison White comes up with what looked to be her best save of the first half.
Tampa Bay just really attacking from that right flank, and we see Nasello. She loves to take players on one-on-one. Right there, she's able to get the foul called, which leads to Tampa Bay's penalty kick. And you know what? If I'm a Tampa Bay coach, I am having no one else but Tosh Flint take this. The confidence that she has, the pose that she has in front of the goal, everybody in the stadium knew she was going to score.
Tosh Flint records her 10th goal of the season in the 36th minute to even things up here in this first semifinal match in the USL Super League. Second half is coming your way right after this. You're watching the USL Super League on Peacock. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Riverfront Stadium. A historic night underway in downtown Tampa Bay. Before we kick off the second half, let's bring in the third member of our crew, Haley Sutton. Haley, looks like you're having some fun down there. What an environment tonight.
Guys, I'm not going to lie. It's hard to not have a good time here at Riverfront Stadium. The vibes are so good. And you can see over my shoulder, I'll step out of the way, The Heat Wave fan group for Tampa Bay always brings the vibes. They have the drums, they have the flags, they bring the energy here at Riverwalk Stadium. And you know, it's interesting, Tampa Bay actually has the best home record here at Riverwalk Stadium at 8-2-4. They have had fans like Baker Mayfield, the quarterback for the Tampa Bay Bucks, show up and support them as well. And of course, everyone has seen that entrance on the river that the players do whenever they are arriving here to the game. So all very fun things to bring the vibes here. So halftime about to be over. I'll send it back to you guys for second half.
Thanks so much, Haley. Looks like a blast there in Tampa. Tampa fans, they know how to celebrate. They know how to support their teams. And this Tampa Bay side is going to need some support if they want to punch their ticket to the inaugural Super League final next weekend.
Such a great atmosphere there in Tampa. Close to downtown. The players take the boat over to the game. The fans can as well. It's an amazing atmosphere.
Hall of Famer Christine Huber, Bridget Howard, Haley Sutton with you this evening. The second half is officially underway at Riverfront Stadium. Long ball towards the backside of the box, trickles out of bounds, goal kick for Tampa Bay. And we spoke about it early in this match, but Tampa is making history tonight for the first time ever. A professional women's playoff game takes the stage. What an exciting time to be a part of women's soccer, be a part of the USL Super League, and what better environment than to kick things off for this playoff weekend than in Tampa Bay.
And the community has just embraced this team. I was actually out and about in St. Pete, and we ran into, we call fans in the wild, that just had Tampa Bay Sun gear on, and we went nuts. Had to pull them over, chat with them a little bit. The community is just embracing this team.
So a yellow card issued by Sean Tahini to number 12, Jade Moore. And that'll get things going for the second half. What do you see here, Christine?
It was pretty calm in the first half, so you expect both teams are going to be picking it up a little bit. That was just, I don't think that was warranted a yellow by any means. Just two players going at it.
So Jade Moore with the yellow card, one of those international players that joined this Tampa Bay Sun team this season. One of the things we wanted to talk about was that early goal from Hannah Davison for Dallas Trinity. The way things were set up, it looked like the Sun might have been a little bit of a factor for Ashley Orcus. That's a much different story in this second half for both keepers as the Sun has set.
Sun has set now. Just the way it was a tricky bounce off Davidson's head, Orcus definitely did not react to it like she normally would. So one has to think the Sun played a part in that goal. But that's part of the elements, right? That's what you have to deal with.
You got to weather the elements, but that is one of the trickier ones to handle at Riverfront Stadium, just with the way it's set up. The Sun can definitely work its magic. A long throw in from Dorsey. Allie Thornton holds it up. We haven't said her name much in this game. Tampa Bay's done a good job at, no pun intended, keeping her at bay.
Keeping her at bay. This game, and like Anna Whitty and Marion said, it really has been in the midfield, right? Who has numbers up in the midfield? Who's able to maintain possession and then get out of it? We really haven't seen too much from the forward lines from either squad.
And simply controlling the ball. A lot of these balls that have entered the midfield have come off the feet of the keepers. They're long balls, they're bouncing, they're hitting off heads, and it's been who can control it the quickest. That's been the narrative throughout the first 45 plus and into this second half. Listro looking to get in behind the defense.
And just a little side note, something to think about. this Tampa Bay field is a little smaller than what you would have at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. So there's less space, less room to combo through, to dribble through the midfield. So it's important, as Tampa's done, right, because they play here all their home games, they're playing the ball nice and wide down the flanks. That's working for them. Dallas hasn't quite done that yet.
Lancaster plays it to Thornton. Thornton plays it to the center of the box. Amber Brooks on the end of it. Unable to convert.
I wanted to see Brooks just lace that one. She deserves it, right? Making that run back from the defensive position all the way up. Again, she sits in that triangle. She sits in the defensive part of that center mid triangle. She needs to come up and just lace that.
Amber Brooks. She played at UNC from 2009 to 2012, an illustrious career, two-time national champion. Her number 22 was retired upon graduating. And it was cool hearing from head coach Pauline McDonald about the relationship she has with Celie Strawn, the young UNC commit. Here comes Tampa Bay. Jade Moore in a tussle with Jenna Walker. Walker called for the foul. A quick restart from Tampa. And a corner kick earned. The Baldwin Group is the proud presenting partner of the Tampa Bay Sun. Corner kicks protect what's possible. So Jenna Walker not too happy with that call from Sean Tahini. Nonetheless, Tampa Bay gets a big opportunity here. Corner kick coming. They go short once again. Sidnacello loses it.
And what's interesting about that, they're going short when it's not numbers up. It's 2v2 there, right? We've seen a lot of times Super League teams, obviously if you have two people at the corner kick, there's only one defender. You should go short every time. But it's even numbers, so that's an interesting tactic.
Tamara picks Paige's pocket. She was looking to go all the way across the field, and a yellow card given to Tosh Flint. She's had a couple run-ins with Sean Tahini in this match.
You knew eventually this was going to happen, right? I mean, Tosh Flint's such an aggressive player, coming from behind there, warranted of a yellow card. And we've seen her have a few fouls tonight.
So coming into this match, Tampa Bay ranked first in the Super League in fouls conceded with 360. They're adding to that number tonight. On the other side, Dallas Trinity, they ranked 7th in fouls conceded with 256. Those are some staggering numbers.
They are. Let's see if this changed the mentality a little bit on Flint. Again, she's a strong, aggressive player. Does she now have to take a second and think before she goes in for a hard tackle?
As a former player yourself, when you get these cards and you kind of have to start to be weary about things, what does that do for your mentality?
Hopefully it doesn't do anything, but unfortunately it's always there in the back of your head. And especially, and this official's done a great job, but you just never know, right? Or you come across, or you come in late for a tackle that you don't mean to, or you follow through on a slide. Just something to be aware of. This is a big card for a very good player for Tampa Bay.
Jenna Walker on the free kick. Ashley Orcus comes off her line and picks it up, and a quick restart for Tampa Bay.
Orcus leaves her home for the first time tonight.
We love to see it. But I feel like that's when Orcus is at her best. We've seen some incredible saves from Ashley Orcus throughout the season, and it's when she's been ruthless and fearless and come off of her line. It's almost as if she's being a little bit uncharacteristic, reserved this evening.
Yeah, definitely a bit timid. And again, this is a player, it's not like tonight's her first start. She's been on the big stage before. She started the games the beginning of the season, in the fall season. She has a save of the month for the Super League. One of the best goalkeepers that we have in the league, so I'm not sure why she's so timid. Now, we're not on the coaching sideline. Could it be a tactic, you know? So here we are giving praise to Dallas, reading it, saying, hey, Dallas is crossing balls in. But maybe the flip side, it's actually Tampa recognizing Dallas always crosses in and doesn't shoot.
Sydney Nasello gets this ball for herself. She takes it forward, weaving through defenders. Cut off by Dorsey. Good defending from Dallas Trinity. That duo of Walker and Dorsey getting it done at the top of your screen. Listro, number 5, the captain for this Tampa Bay team. Flew. Jamona! Oh, what a close opportunity. She'll be waved offside, so it didn't matter.
But this is good momentum for Tampa Bay. And guess what? They finally found where they were numbers up. I'm not sure where Dallas was. I think that they went forward in the transition. But Tampa Bay finally found where they were numbers up. 2-on-1 in the box. Unfortunately, one was offside.
Carly Jamona was hoping to add and put this team on top. Here in the 56th minute, she's got 7 goals on the season. One of the top goal scorers on this Sun team. But to your point, that has to give this team a little bit of confidence, seeing them get in the right spaces and getting a good look on goal despite being called back.
If you're Denise Schulte-Brown at halftime, you're definitely telling your players more energy, get forward, more movement off the ball, start flying those numbers up. The scoreline, it's 1-1 right now, and I do not feel like Tampa Bay is playing anywhere close to like their potential.
Tamara, we know she has speed. Taking it to the center of the pitch. Flicks it back to Brooks. Lancaster up to Thornton. Thornton, long ball into the box. Picked up by Abogugu. Abogugu gets around 2. Ball in the box. Oh, and somehow Ashley Orkis comes up with it. But what an individual effort from Abogugu.
Abogugu, she was out of bounds and still able to keep the ball in bounds and able to get this cross off. Dallas just needs to be a little more aggressive. That's a nutmeg right on the end line to go with it.
Dallas had numbers in the box, and you could tell Abogugu with her hands on her face wanted that moment back.
How tricky is she with the ball at her foot? I mean, she just took on 2 players, nutmegged them, went out of bounds, was able to get a rebound, unable to finish it.
We have quite the pleasure tonight in getting a first-hand look at 2 of what I would consider the best individual creators in the Super League in Sydney Nasello and Chioma Ubugagu. What 2 impressive players who can just make defenders look silly.
And those are the playmakers, right? Those are the ones that have been having a great game so far here tonight.
Ashley Orkis plays it to Bissett. Haugen.
Bissett's been a little quiet today as well.
How about this ball? Jamona on the end of it. Looping towards goal, and Carly Jamona puts Tampa Bay on top.
What a great read here, and it almost seemed like it was in slow motion as she was able to just chip it over Madison White and hit that side netting.
Carly Jamona with her 8th goal on the year. And what a beauty to put this Tampa Bay Sun team up on top 2-1.
I like this decision, right? She could have she could have tried to lace it, she could have knocked that ball into the river. Instead, calm, composed, inside of the foot, just a nice little pop-up, a nice little chip that goes over Madison White. Puts Tampa Bay up 2-1.
Carly Jamona having a moment with the coaching staff. She's been such a critical part of building this Tampa Bay Sun team. She's played over 2,000 minutes this season. The Pepperdine alum gets Tampa Bay up on top 2-1 with her 8th goal of the season. And it's been a theme throughout this entire spring, but again, Tampa Bay has scored at least 1 goal in each of their last 16 matches. We said it the last time they were held scoreless was on December 8th versus Dallas, which is just an insane stat to think that they've gone that long since being held scoreless, and tonight they've already got 2 in their pocket.
And at halftime, right, they only had 1 goal. We knew they were going to get another, especially being in this atmosphere, and thanks for proving us right.
The coaching staff said that they think this team is peaking at the right time. Haley talked about it with Denise Schilte-Brown before the match. That's exactly what you want to be doing when you get to the semifinals with a ticket to the championship on the line. This team looks in form.
I love how the Tampa Bay coaching staff, they've made the adjustments over the season. Over break, they went through, they switched formations, they switched starters, switched up who was playing, switched up the minutes, and it has just proven to be successful.
Flew in the corner at the top of your screen. Looking for assistance, takes it to the end line. Played out of bounds by Dorsey, corner kick coming. The Baldwin Group is the proud presenting partner of the Tampa Bay Sun. Corner kicks protect what's possible.
Tampa Bay showing a short corner again.
Surprising with the way that the corner kicks have gone the last few opportunities they've had, but Vivian Bissett on it.
Look at Listro
She's
wide
got the
open.
leg, but they'll go short again. And Listro, yeah, to your point, wide open at the top of the box.
And on a corner kick, well, we call that the trash area up there on top of the D. Just pick up anything that bounces out, and Listro was wide open there.
Tampa Bay resets. Long ball over, Flint and Flew there. But Madison White, she's been great off her line this evening.
She's been coming off her line great today.
Allie Thornton finds the ball at her feet. Looks across goal, and Gracie Bryan was there, but that ball too high. Hinson with loads of space, puts it on frame. Orkis comes up with it.
Just another Dallas ball that is floated in for a cross instead of a shot.
And Viv Bissett, a bit slow to get up. Her and Ashley Orkis. All right, well, let's throw it down to the third member of our crew, Haley Sutton. She's got more for us on Ashley Orkis.
go back to the goal for a minute by Tampa Bay because we're all still marveling on the finish by Carly Jamona, but the play was actually set up by Orcus in the back. And when it comes to Tampa Bay using their goalkeepers, they've actually used the most of any team in the Super League this season. Orcus was the original starter, but she stepped in twice as we see an attack go on here for Tampa Bay. Go outside. But going back to Orcus, guys, she had to step in for Kayla Marquise at the beginning of the spring. Marquise went out just 10 minutes into her debut with an ACL injury, and then at the regular season, she came in for Sydney Schneider, injured with that finger injury. So she is battle-tested, and you're seeing in the semifinal her stepping in and being a big impact in this game.
Yeah, Ashley Orcus, thanks so much, Haley, has been such a big part of this Tampa Bay Sun team this season. And in talking with the coaching staff for Tampa Bay, you know, they joke that Katie, the goalkeeper coach, has the hardest job managing two keepers who could be starting on Super League teams right now. It's a lot to manage, but Flint getting the ball at the top of the box, and that was deflected off Walker. I think a couple of the Tampa Bay players were hoping maybe that'd be a handball, let it go off the arm, but a corner kick nonetheless. Presented by the Baldwin Group. Protect what's possible. But again, back to Orcus. This coaching staff feels confident with any of the goalkeepers that they put in. They trust that they can get the job done, and they have full faith in both of them. So another corner kick for Tampa Bay. They go short once again. That's puzzling to me.
This tells me that the Tampa Bay coaching staff is having the faith in their players taking these Dallas defenders on one-on-one. They feel that's where their strength is.
So a substitution now for Dallas Trinity. Deborah Abiodun in for Chioma Ubugagu. We've got a couple more substitutions coming your way for both sides. So a goal kick for Dallas Trinity. Jordan Zaid and Gabby Provenzano now on for Tampa Bay. Carly Jamona off. And Jade Moore also stepping off the pitch. So a bit of change in the midfield for both sides. Tamara finds Abiodun. Dallas working quickly on that far side at the top of your screen.
Definitely the tale of two halves in this game so far. Haven't seen much of Dallas this second half.
Haugen with space. She slots it to Nacello. Nacello on the ground. You can see Madison White was wanting that ball from Gracie Bryan. Select is the official match ball supplier of the USL Super League and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. So Jordan Zaid
Sydney Nasello for Tampa Bay has just been amazing. She's been all over the field. She is getting down the flank, serving balls in, and then we see her there. She's winning it defensively in the midfield.
She's speedy, no doubt, gets the job done defensively and offensively. Tracking back with Zaid. Great ball up to Nasello. Can Davison get back? She can. Nasello will use her moves. Nasello on the ground. Brooks clears it. That's an opportunity this Tampa team's gonna wanna get back. Nasello had loads of space, gave a great ball into the box, and no one was there.
Nasello does such a great job. We talked about her one-on-one skills, but what she does is once she beats that defender, she beats her once, beats her twice, this is a great ball across the box. A square ball right about 4 yards out where White cannot grab it.
Haugen towards goal with Flew coming. White comes up with it. Tamara Henson. Thornton seems like she's getting pulled out more into those wide channels than we've seen her in the past. Normally she's sitting up top, right at the top of the box, and this game she's been forced more out wide. Normally it's the Ubogagoos and Tamara who are creating in those wide channels, but Thornton being pulled out there quite a bit this evening.
And Lancaster's the one that's been stretching the field, coming from that central midfield.
So Jordan Listro, number 5, the captain for the Sun, taking a knee. She'll get checked out by the training staff. The heat certainly a factor this evening. It's a scorcher in South Florida. We'll stay informed about all things Super League. Visit USLSuperleague.com for all the latest information, analysis, and insight into the league. And there's a look at Sydney Schneider. She was on the bench, and you could see that hand of hers. We were told she had an injury to her finger in the DC game, which is why Ashley Orcus came in, and you could see that hand wrapped up. Denise Schulte-Brown always has, I would say, some of the best sideline fits in the league for a coach. So shout out Denise Schulte-Brown. Abby O'Doon using her skills. Finds Tamara. And a high arcing ball will be sent into the stands. So 74th minute now. Tampa Bay Sun, can they hold on to this lead at home 2-1? Sean Tahini. A big conversation with Tosh Flint. She already has a yellow card in this match. And Jenna Walker took a hard fall after that intervention.
And we talked about how Flint just has to be careful. You do not want to get that second yellow. I thought it was a fair play.
Jenna Walker sends it to the backside. Loops over a couple of defenders for Tampa Bay. Sydney Nasello gets knocked down from the towering Dallas players. I think she was going up against two of the tallest players on this team, in Allie Thornton and Hannah Davison.
Nasello trying to make herself big, playing with the Giants out there.
A restart for Tampa Bay. Lancaster settles it. Was looking for Tamara. Haugen. Nasello, how about that beauty of a ball to Haugen. Haugen gets around it and Zaid was coming on. Good look for Tampa Bay, but a goal kick for Dallas Trinity. So we've got another hydro break here at Riverfront Stadium. In the 76th minute, let's once again bring in the third member of our crew, Haley Sutton. Haley, what do you got for us?
Yeah, well, you know, Denise Schulte is very famous around these parts here in Tampa Bay. She spent 17 seasons as the head coach, I should say, of the University of South Florida, where she won 6 AAC championships, 4 Big East championships, only missed the postseason twice during her time as a college coach at South Florida. Those connections continue to flourish here on this Tampa Bay team. So many players played under Denise Schulte Brown while they were at USF. Erica Timrack, Jordan Listro, Viv Bissett, Sid Nasello, Jackie Simpson, Andrea Hochstarter, and so many more names. And South Florida really getting into the spirit. There's a bull statue on campus that the head coach Chris Brown has decorated with Tampa Bay Sun swag. Her daughter Kenza just transferred over from Kennesaw State, where she will join the team at South Florida. So the Schulte Brown connection continues at South Florida. Assistant coach Leitch told us that having that familiarity, having that connection from the college ranks really helped them early in the season to establish an identity early, and hopes to continue that pipeline as the years go on here in the Super League, guys.
Much, Haley. Great stuff. Yeah, and just to enhance that, he talked to us. It's having those players come over from USF. They had a trust. There was an understanding of how this coaching staff wanted to play, how they operated. They were familiar with the training deals, how they communicated. It's always good to have players like that when you start, and you can see that really coming to fruition throughout the course of this inaugural season. Great stuff, Haley.
It's that winning culture, right? She brings the winning culture. She knows how to win.
17 seasons at the helm at USF. Longtime college coach, making her way to the professional ranks, hoping to take this Tampa Bay team to the first ever Super League final next weekend. We've got a player down at the top of your screen for Tampa Bay.
This is gonna be a tough second half for these players. So humid right now in Florida. The weather's sticky. Players are starting to cramp up. You can see them drinking the goo and whatever they can do to get those electrolytes in their body.
That's number 22, Paige, making her 17th start this evening. She has 1 assist this season. The UNLV grad. Looks like she'll be okay. Gripping at that right foot.
And what's tough is once you get one cramp, it's almost inevitable that you are going to get another. You just have to get the electrolytes in your body. But
This crowd at Riverfront Stadium, they've been having a blast all night. They've got the wave going. What a great playoff atmosphere here in Tampa Bay this evening. We enter the 80th minute. Tampa Bay still on top, 2-1 over Dallas Trinity. Thanks to goals from Tosh Flint and Carly Jamona. The 36th and 56th minutes.
Ten minutes remaining in this game, plus stoppage time. This is when you're going to see Dallas start throwing players up, taking those high risks in hopes for a big reward, which would be getting another goal to equalize.
Now, it's worth noting 11 goals have been scored in the 80th minute or later for Tampa Bay. Flew has 4 of those goals, Flint with 3. So this Tampa Bay team doesn't go anywhere in the final minutes of games, and that's a tough collision. Tamara and Sydney Nacello.
This what happens, right? When you are a good attacker like that, when you're fast, when you can explode, and you do a great job keeping your body in between the ball and the defender, the only thing the defender can do to win the ball is to foul you. And that's exactly what happens, and that warrants a yellow card.
Exactly, you're left with no choice. And as the attacking player, it's maddening because you know you've got great space and time, but they've got to get the foul to stop you. And that's what Tamara did. So a substitution once again for Tampa Bay, and this has been an exciting player. It's number 8, Hannah Keene. She has 2 goals and is such a weapon for this Tampa Bay side off the bench. She comes in for number 22, Paige.
Tampa Bay coaching staff calls her their secret weapon. She comes on, she's that super sub, she brings the energy. And she scored against Dallas already, that end line blast in the first few minutes last game.
Haugen was looking for Listro, intercepted by Hinson. Abby O'Doon over the top. Denied by Tampa Bay. Flew looks forward for Keene. But credit to Madison White. She's been so comfortable off her line tonight and has thwarted quite a few opportunities that this Tampa Bay team could have had she stays on her line.
White's very comfortable using her feet as well.
Just to continue the thought on Hannah Keene, the coaching staff told us, you know, she can come up from the bench and really change a game, and she doesn't need a lot of minutes or touches. She's really an asset for our team when other teams get tired. So here now in the 83rd minute, they're calling upon their secret weapon, Hannah Keene. Another Mountain West alum. She played at San Diego State in college. Tampa Bay looking so in control right now.
So different than the first half.
They've settled in. They're defending their home turf. Tosh. Flew towards goal, goes wide.
Dallas has to turn on the Jets here at some point. They need to get numbers up. They have to get these players forward. Allie Thornton only needs to touch the ball once, and it's a dangerous situation.
The problem for Dallas tonight, she's been pulled into those wide channels, as opposed to when she's normally in front of goal. when she gets the ball at her feet, she's already in a threatening position. Tonight, she's been called upon to be more of a chance creator.
And they're just not finding her, right? Usually they do find her. A ball over the top, a ball into the space that she can run onto. Really haven't found her much tonight.
Tampa switching the field. It's worth mentioning that this Dallas team, prior to their win versus Carolina Ascent on Decision Day, they hadn't won since April 26th. So it had been a minute. They had struggled in the month of May. They picked up a big win against Carolina Ascent, snapping their 8-game winning streak. But again, this is a Dallas team where on the other side, Tampa Bay, we've talked about it, they're hitting their stride, they're hitting their peak. Dallas has had a couple of ups and downs. They've been trying to find their footing, but they make their way to the playoffs. And they're still searching for another goal or two as we enter the 86th minute.
Fate was in their hands the last weekend of regular season play, whether Dallas was making the playoffs or not.
That was a big win for them, coming out on top against the #1 seed, Carolina Ascent.
And we talked to the Carolina coach, Philip Poole, and he, those last 2 games, he's like, we are playing 2 very tough opponents. It wasn't like it was walkover games for Carolina.
And we'll get a look at that #1 seed, Carolina Ascent. The 4 seed, Fort Lauderdale United, tomorrow evening in the second semifinal this weekend in the USL Super League. Allie Thornton. Allie Thornton takes it to the corner. Davison. Davison rips one across the box, headed towards goal by Abby O'Doon. Brooke Hendricks lets that one jump past her.
Nice dummy by Hendricks, allowing Orcus to pick this up.
Crystal Geyser Natural Alpine Spring Water, the official water partner of the USL. Visit crystalgeyserplease.com today to find Crystal Geyser products near you. '88th minute, Tampa Bay. It's Jordan Zaid. So we'll get a change for Dallas Trinity. Lucy Shepard making her 18th appearance on the year, coming in for Tamara. Shepard, one of those weapons off the bench for Dallas Trinity. 1 goal, 3 assists. Spent her college days at Hofstra. Flew. Haugen.
It's got to be go time right now for Dallas.
Lancaster looks for Thornton. Can Thornton get there? She can't. You said it's been a tale of 2 halves. It's almost as if these 2 teams have flipped identities. Dallas, they looked speedy in the attack in the first half, and now they're similar to what Tampa Bay started off looking like. They're slow in the build, and it's become predictable for Tampa Bay and who they're trying to get to.
Zaid with her flip float throw in for the crowd.
Kiara Locklear for Fort Lauderdale does the back flips on celebrations, but Jordan Zaid does the front flips on throw-ins. Zaid taking it to the end line, across the goal. Flew was there but couldn't get to it. Flew waiting for help.
No rush here for Tampa Bay. Keep possession, take it to the corner. Clock is on their side. And that just kind of sums up the second half here for Dallas. It just completely different. First half, Tampa Bay was the one not moving off the ball, not getting numbers forward. Now it seems like Dallas has their feet in quicksand.
We're coming up on 6 minutes of stoppage time. That means loads of time for this Dallas side to come back and equalize if they can get on the right foot offensively. So Denise Schulte-Brown will shuffle things up in the final minutes. Flew, her day is done. We'll get our first look at Parker Goins, the SEC Midfielder of the Year in 2021 at Arkansas. Was first team All-SEC in 2019, 2020, and 2021. A huge asset off the bench for Tampa Bay.
Don't want to count Dallas out just yet. They have the goal scorers.
Tampa has to be sharp here in their box in the final minutes. And to your point, Dallas, they can change a game quickly. 6 minutes of stoppage time
Plenty of
is
time.
a lot of
Plenty
time to work with.
And especially the way we've seen Allie Thornton and this Dallas team score goals this season. I mean, she does such a great job at waiting at the midfield line, timing it with a ball from Amber Brooks or the defense up over the top, and it's breakaways. There it is.
Pauline McDonald, in many conversations this season, she talks about being brave. Ashley Orcus, brave herself. Love to see her coming off her line.
That's the Orcus we know and love.
That is the Ashley Orcus we know and love. That's exactly right. But going back to being brave, it's a common phrase you'll hear from head coach Pauline McDonald for Dallas Trinity. Their game model is really all about possessing the ball, and you have to be brave in the build-up stages. We've seen it in spurts tonight. Can they be brave in the final moments? Can they equalize? We shall see. What a night in downtown Tampa Bay. Over 3,000 fans in attendance for the first ever USL Super League playoff game. Tampa Bay with the best home record in the Super League this season. They're looking to defend it and punch their ticket to the inaugural Super League final. Can they hold Dallas at bay? Jordan Zaid, if she has anything to say about it, she'll say no thank you. She sends that ball out of bounds. Davison, long throw in. Brooks, don't give her time. Amber Brooks, oh, what a save from Ashley Orcus. She's gonna hold on tight to that ball.
She sure is. Brooks with the time and space, tough shot just because her momentum is going away from the goal. Good job at getting her hips around, but just not able to get enough power behind that one.
That's a crafty, dangerous ball that can puzzle goalkeepers at times. And thankfully the sun isn't a factor this second half, because had that been on goal in the first, we might have a different story.
Very true.
Bassett and Thornton getting a tussle in favor of Dallas.
Dallas, throw your numbers up.
95th minute. Poor pass from Brooks. Goins will take it to the corner, but picked off by Brooks.
Oh.
Goins pulls Amber Brooks to the ground.
And just the way the night's been going, I'm surprised there wasn't a yellow card there. Pretty bad tackle from behind.
We have to give credit where credit is due. We've talked about the veteran leadership that Amber Brooks provides for this Dallas team. She was an Iron Woman this season, playing in every single minute for this Dallas side. Truly incredible with the length of this season. Have to give her her much-deserved recognition. Brooks into the box. Lancaster lays it off for Abby O'Doon. And the Tampa fans love that. They say the field goal is good.
Normally I'd say that went in the river, but I think that went in the parking garage.
That looked like that went in the parking garage.
You know, and now it's up to Tampa Bay, right? They have control of the clock. They have the ball for some reason. Oh, and that's it.
History made in Tampa. The sun shine on into the inaugural title match. Tampa Bay Sun with a 2-1 win over Dallas Trinity. They defend their home turf. What a game we saw from the Sun here tonight.
Dallas really dominated that first half. They looked like they were numbers up the entire half. Second half, a little different. Tampa came out, they made those halftime adjustments, they took care of business, they let the ball do the work, and it showed. They come out with a victory tonight, 2-1, and they are advancing to the first ever Super League championship game.
A historic night in Tampa Bay, the first professional women's playoff game in Tampa, and Tampa Bay Sun walk away with the win. We'll be back right after this for more.
Sun fans, thank you for joining us tonight for our very first semifinal game hosted right here at Riverfront Stadium. Your Tampa Bay Sun are championship game bound. We will know tomorrow night where the championship game will be hosted. Tune in to Peacock and all hinges on the winner of the Carolina versus Fort Lauderdale game. Watch for updates about playoff progression and the next match announcement. Be sure to check socials for updates on our opponent and get your tickets for our upcoming game. Hopefully
In front of a home crowd with everything on the line, Tampa Bay delivered. Denise Schulte-Brown gets a water bath. Next stop is the championship. Tampa Bay comes up with the win 2-1. Christine Huber, Bridget Howard. Let's send it down now to Haley Sutton, who's standing by with Carly Jamona.
Thanks, guys. Carly, you faced a team that had a goalkeeper with 9 clean sheets. You faced the Golden Boot winner, and yet you guys walked away victorious. We'll get to your game-winning goal in a minute, but first, how does it feel to be heading to the finals?
Yeah, super exciting. It's something we've worked for obviously all season. I think we came out today really connected. We really wanted to play for each other, and I think that's what we did.
Speaking of together, the second goal was end-to-end teamwork by Tampa Bay. Talk me through the start of that and then your finish at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've had a lot of good goals like that, like team building and stuff. So I just saw the ball kind of coming in, and we were able to get on the end of it, and it was a great ball by Viv. So.
Well, it was a great finish, too. You had this entire crowd really turned up, but obviously now that energy turns to the final next week. I know you're still waiting on the opponent, but what's the preparation? What will it take to bring a championship back to the city?
Yeah, I think it's kind of just the same mentality we've had for this game and really all year. We're just going to play our game, stick together, and play for each other.
Awesome, Carly. Congratulations. Go enjoy it.
Thank you, guys. Thanks.
Bridget, back to you.
Thanks so much, Haley. It was an exciting one this evening, and anytime Dallas Trinity and Tampa Bay Sun face off, we know it's going to be a fun one, and we told you, grab your popcorn, and you needed it for this one.
It was electric, just like we thought it would, and this is Dorsey bending this cross ball in. Davidson gets that header. Orcas might have been blocked a little bit by the Sun. Either way, it bounces right by her.
And this next one, Sydney Nasello, I mean, she is all over the pitch, getting it done offensively, defensively, and here she earns a much-needed penalty kick that led to the equalizer.
She was so dominant all night, taking on players, doing what she normally does, and it just sets up Flint. This is who you want to be taking this crucial penalty kick. She has the confidence, she has the composure, and she's able to score it.
Tosh told us earlier this week she wanted to come in and see this game as just another 90 minutes and wanted to keep her emotions in check. Well, she did that, picking up her 10th goal of the season.
This right here, the game winner. Giamona, a nice little inside of the foot chip over White, and next level skill right here.
Initially looked at like that might have gone over the goal, but it goes right where it needs to, and that is the game winner from Carly Giamona. Well, here's a look at the updated USL Super League playoff bracket. Tampa Bay Sun has punched their ticket to the inaugural final next Saturday. They wait their opponent, who will play tomorrow in the second semifinal this weekend. It's the #1 seed Carolina Ascent taking on Fort Lauderdale United.
And that is going to be an exciting one. Expect some goals to be scored tomorrow night, mark my words.
Well, congratulations to the Tampa Bay Sun. They win this one 2-1 to punch their ticket to the inaugural Super League final. We've got another one coming your way tomorrow night, so join us once again on Peacock. Tampa Bay punched their ticket tonight, and we'll await their winner tomorrow. From my partner, Christine Huber, our sideline reporter, Haley Sutton, producer, Maria Ringo, I'm Bridget Howard. That's a wrap for semifinal #1. The Sun are headed to the final.